Okay. I need to get this off my chest. I'm not even sure where to start, but my life has officially gone off the rails in the most ridiculous, heartbreaking, and frankly, infuriating way. Prepare yourselves, because this is a doozy. It was day 3 of Joe ignoring me. 3 days. This isn't some petty spat we're talking about. This is Joe. My Joe. The one I've been with for 5 years. The one I've built a life with. And he was ghosting me. Not a word. No texts, no calls, not even a cryptic emoji. I tried everything. My usual, "Hey stranger, miss you," texts went unanswered. I called, and it went straight to voicemail. I even contemplated that most desperate of moves, showing up at his work. I work in the same office building, thank God for small mercies, but it's a different department. He usually comes down for lunch or coffee breaks. The silence was deafening. Every unanswered ping on my phone felt like a hammer blow. I was going insane. Was it something I did? Did I forget an anniversary? Did I say something stupid last week? My mind was a whirlwind of accusations and anxieties. I paced my apartment like a caged animal. I scrolled through his social media, a self-inflicted torture, looking for any clue, any hint. Nothing. He was a ghost. A phantom limb of a boyfriend. By day 3, I was a wreck. Sleep was a distant memory. My appetite had vanished. I was pretty sure I was developing a nervous twitch. The only thing on my mind was salvaging this. I was already composing the apology message in my head. It was going to be long, sincere, and full of self-deprecation. I was going to admit to any minor transgression, real or imagined, just to get him to talk to me. I was desperate. Truly, utterly, humiliatingly desperate. I was ready to grovel. I was ready to beg. I was ready to do anything to break this wall of silence. So, with my fingers hovering over the send button on my perfectly crafted, tear-soaked apology, I decided to take a break. A walk. Maybe some fresh air would clear my head and give me the courage to hit send. And where's the most likely place to find Joe during the workday? The break room. My building has a communal break room on every floor, a sterile, brightly lit haven of lukewarm coffee and sad-looking vending machines. It's usually a ghost town around 2 p.m., perfect for a quick, anonymous coffee run. I pushed open the break room door, already rehearsing my polite, "Excuse me," in case anyone was there. And then I froze. My breath hitched in my throat. The carefully constructed narrative of Joe ignoring me, the self-pity, the impending apology, it all shattered into a million pieces. There, in the middle of the break room, bathed in the harsh fluorescent light, were Joe and Candace. Candace. The new intern. She'd started about 2 weeks ago. Young, bright-eyed, and seemingly oblivious to the professional hierarchy. She'd been paired with Joe for her initial training. I'd met her once, briefly. She'd seemed harmless. A bit nervous, eager to please. She had this perpetually rosy blush that made her look like she'd just run a marathon, even when she was just sitting at her desk. And they weren't just in the break room. They were sharing an ice cream. Not just any ice cream. Not like a friendly, "Hey, I'm sharing my pint of Ben and Jerry's," kind of sharing. This was intimate. They were leaning in close, their heads almost touching. Joe was holding the spoon, carefully offering her a bite. Her eyes were wide, a look of pure delight on her face as she accepted it. And the way Joe was looking at her, it wasn't the casual, friendly gaze he'd give anyone. It was a look of adoration. Of possessiveness. My stomach churned. My vision blurred. This wasn't just a break room encounter. This was a scene. A declaration. They were sharing a ridiculously large tub of Rocky Road, the kind you usually tackle alone after a particularly bad day. And they were sharing it like it was the most romantic dessert in the world. Their laughter, hushed and intimate, floated towards me. Joe's arm was resting on the back of the chair behind Candace, a gesture so casually possessive it made my blood boil. My apology message, the one I'd poured my heart and soul into, felt like a ridiculous joke. I wasn't the one who needed to apologize. I was the one who had been replaced. In silence. Without a word. While I was agonizing over his silence, he was out here, forging a new connection, a new something, with the intern. My mind raced. Was this why he was ignoring me? Was this the reason for the 3 days of radio silence? Because he was, what? Falling for Candace. Was this some cliché office romance gone wrong, where the oblivious girlfriend is left in the dark? I stood there, a statue of disbelief and dawning horror, just a few feet away. I wanted to scream. I wanted to storm in there and demand an explanation. But my legs were rooted to the spot. The words wouldn't come. All I could do was watch them. Watch my boyfriend of 5 years, the man I thought I knew inside and out, openly displaying this with another woman. The ice cream looked sickeningly sweet. Their smiles looked sickeningly genuine. And the silence that had been driving me crazy was suddenly replaced by a deafening roar in my ears. It was the sound of my reality imploding. I turned, as quietly as I could, and backed out of the break room. The door clicked shut, a soft, final sound that echoed the shattering of my heart. I walked away, not with a plan, not with anger, but with a profound, gut-wrenching sadness. My apology message was forgotten. The desperation was gone, replaced by a cold, hard certainty. My relationship with Joe was over. And the way I found out was, well, it was something else. I don't even know what to do now. I just needed to tell someone. Anyone.